I went to college in Indiana, and then I went to Vanderbilt Medical School for 8 years, during which time I did my PhD also. Then I did a residency for 7 years at the University of Miami, which is the biggest spine institute actually in the Western Hemisphere. And after that, I did a fellowship back at Vanderbilt again. Essentially 21 years after starting, here I am and happy to be working here at Tier 1. The physicians here at Tier 1 Neurosurgery, we, have a lot of experience doing this. I think that we're in a unique position here because, unlike a lot of the providers in Nashville, we interact with our patients after surgery. We see them at Walmart or we see them at the park. And so I feel like it gives us sort of a greater, obligation to do what we think is right. With all the minimally invasive things, the goal is to cause less discomfort. To get a spine surgery and be out that day or out the next day and not be, in the hospital bed for a long time or on pain medications. The issue is that with a lot of these new things, they're very different than the original surgeries that a lot of people were trained how to do. But once you figure out, then, you definitely see the benefits to the patient. We did all this training. We continue to do courses, trainings, so we could offer the patients what's most likely to help them and least likely to hurt them. Surgery is the last resort and always the last resort. And so, a lot of times we try to send patients to our interventional pain specialist. We also have physical therapy here. Physical therapy is another great way to try to, avoid having surgery if possible. All of us work together, and, it's important to have the communication between ourselves in order to do, what's right for the patient. And it's much more convenient for patients to stick here in Cookeville because, no surgery is, one-time visit and done. There are preoperative visits, there's the surgery, there's multiple postoperative visits. Why did I become a doctor? The obvious thing is to help people, but, I liked how medicine kind of was this long-lasting pursuit of knowledge. It's an evolving thing and you're always learning, and I liked, being able to combine, helping patients with that kind of academic pursuit. Well, I chose neurosurgery because I guess I like making the big decisions. There's nothing that impacts more, a patient's life than, the brain. And so I just thought that the problems that we have to deal with, are the hardest problems. And, I'm very lucky because that's a, tremendous position to be in, to be able to help someone. I came to Cookeville because my wife and I thought that we were going to end up in Nashville. That's where she's from. That's where, I'm from in a lot of ways. But then we had a daughter, and, we just thought that the best thing for her would be to be in a normal place, where it's good to raise kids. A lot of the activities I like cycling, fishing, hiking, things like that. This is a very good area for doing that. Living in Nashville all this time, I always heard these interesting stories of people just commuting an hour and a half to go to Cookeville to work, although they lived in Nashville, which to me made no sense. And as soon as I came to see it, it was a done deal. I fell in love.